alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video, inshallah, I will complete the topic of binomial distribution. Today, inshallah, we will take the expectation and variance of binomial distribution. As we all know, if any random variables follows the binomial distribution, okay, and we say that the two parameters of binomials are n and p, where n is the number of repeated trials in the experiment, exactly, and p is the probability of success. As a matter of fact, once you know these two parameters, n and p, easily you can find the expectation. Do you still remember expectation? Expectation of x, which is the mean, exactly, the mean of binomial distribution. What will be the expectation? Easily it will be np. You just multiply n times p, you will get the mean of that binomial distribution. What about the variance? Variance of x, which is sigma squared. What's the variance of x? It is np times q. And the number of repeated trials in the experiment times probability of success times probability of failure. And if we can write it, all of it in terms of p. As you know, q is 1 minus p. So this is the expectation easily, and this is the variance. Once you know, as you see here, once you know n and p, easily you can find the expectation, which is the mean of binomial distribution, and the variance. If I ask you to find the standard deviation, definitely the standard deviation s will be the square root of npq. Okay, so these rules, okay, are direct, and through the questions we can find the expectation variance directly once we know n and p. There is small things before solving questions. Look here to variance and expectation. Expectation is np, while the variance is npq. If I ask you, what do you think variance x divided by expectation of x, what will be the result? Yes, think about it. What will be the result? It will be q, yes. So what's the variance here? The variance is npq, while the expectation, which is the mean, it is np. So if you cancel here, the answer is q. What does it mean here? Yani, sometimes I will give you the parameters in some questions, n and p will be known for you, okay? And from these two parameters, accordingly, you can find the expectation and variance. But vice versa, if we go in the opposite direction, sometimes I will give you the value of expectation and variance. Then we will ask you to find these two parameters. In this case, we will go in that direction. If the variance and expectation are known together, now we will see through the coming examples, inshallah, easily we can find q. And if you find q, easily you can find p from here. And if you find p, so p will be known, expectation will be known, given for you in the question, easily you can find n at the end. طيب, let's take some questions. Let's take some questions. Open your book, please, page 174, please. Page 174. All of you, please, bring your textbooks. Open it, page 174. Let's see question number 1. Number 1. Yes. So we need to calculate the expectation, variance, and standard deviation of each of the following discrete random variables. Okay? Here, suppose that you have this random variable, discrete random variable, which follows binomial distribution with n 24 and p 0.55. Okay? Here we are asked to calculate, we need to calculate expectation, the expectation of W. Once I said expectation of W, it means the mean of W. Okay? So how to find the expectation? As we said, the expectation, E of W here, it is nothing but, as we said, N times P, always. This is the rule. So just multiply N, 24, times 0.55. Yes, Arya, please. What's the answer? So it will be 13.2. Please verify. Is it right? As I said, I need more than 3. It's okay. 13.2. Okay. Now, what about the variance? If I ask you to find now B, the variance. Variance of W. Variance, طبعا variance, all of you know, sigma square. This is the variance, the symbol of variance. So what is variance of W? You can write it NPQ or NP times 1 minus P in terms of P and N only. Both are correct, NPQ or NP times 1 minus P. So here it will be N, which is 24, times P is 0.55, times 1 minus 0.55, which is 0.45. So the answer will be, you multiply 13.22 times 0.45, so it will be 5.94. This is the variance. This is the variance. I think it is direct and easy. See if I ask you to find standard deviation. Standard deviation. So the standard deviation is nothing but the square root of the variance, 9.4. So the answer, give it to 3 significant figures. Hopefully it's clear. طيب, it is easy and direct. Okay. Now let's see in the opposite direction. As I told you, we want to solve together question 4. Question 4, please. Read it carefully. Read it. Okay, now question 4, page 174. This is question 4. 174. Here, given that x is a random, discrete random variables follows binomial distribution with parameters n and p. They are unknown. Okay? And it is given for you that expectation of x is nothing but 20, while the variance of x is 12. Okay? We need to find n and p. Look here, as I told you, so sometimes you are given the expectation and variance and you are asked to find n and p. So in this case, I can find the p first of all. How? As we said, always the variance divided by the expectation will be q. Q. It will be q, which is 1 minus p, in other words. Q or 1 minus p, directly. Tamam? So this is the variance, 12 divided by 20 equals 1 minus p. This one is 0.6 here, 1 minus p. It's very clear that p is 0.4. P is 0.4. Now how to find n? How to find n? على طول expectation, as you know, the expectation of x is nothing but n times p. And the expectation is given 20. And here, and p we already found 0.4 times n. So divide that, it will be n will be 50, I think. Yes, divide that by, so it will be what? 200 divided by 4, which is 50. Yes. Is it clear? I think it's very direct and it's very simple. This is the last point really in the binomial distribution topic. طيب. Now the last question, I will solve it with you. Then inshallah the next video will be about the geometric distribution, and we will finish chapter 7. Okay? Now please read question number 6, please. Read question number 6 more than once, please, till you understand the question. Okay? So here, W has a binomial distribution. Okay? So W has a binomial distribution. It means it follows binomial distribution. N and P, 2 parameters. They are unknown, as a matter of fact. It is given for you that E of W, again, is 2.7, while the variance of W equals 0.27. Please pay attention for this question. There is additional part or new important question, really, in this problem. طيب. Here, find the values of N and P, first of all. We need to find N and P. Okay? Then we will read the other part of the question. So first of all, find N and P. So as we said, the variance over the expectation W equals Q, or 1 minus P, equals, okay, 0.27 over 2.7. It's very clear that 1 minus P here equals 0.1. If you divide 0.1, 0.1 equals 1 minus P, hence P is nothing but 0.9. This is P. Then how to find N? As we said, we can use simply the expectation. So E of W is NP, and here it is 2.7, and here is 0.9 N. So divide by that, so you'll get N equals 3. We have finished now. Okay, now the third part we are asked to find in the same question. Find the values of N and P, I already found them, and use them, use N and P in what? To draw up the probability distribution of the variable W. We need to find probability distribution of the random variable W. Do you still remember the probability distribution? Probability distribution, what did we say? What is it? Probability distribution, either a table or bar chart, we can say, or equation, which what shows, which shows what? The values of the random variables which with their corresponding probabilities. The values which the random variable here W will take with their corresponding probability. So to construct the probability distribution, we need to make a table. This is the W. As you see here, N is 3. So what are the possibilities for W? Either it will not take place, 0, or 1, or 2, or 3. Now I have to find the probability. How to find the probability? By the way, how to find the probability? How to find the probabilities? By binomial distributions. Since the W follows the binomial distribution, so the probability I can find it by the formula of binomial distribution. What does it mean? The W is 0. It means the probability of W equals 0. So it is N combination 0. What is N? 3. It is 3 combination 0. What's the probability? What is P? What is P? P here 0.9. So you write 0.9 to the power of 0 times, what is Q? 0.1 to the power of 3 minus 0, which is 3. You write down here the answer. Then you will put it here. Okay. Is it clear? طبعا this is 1, this is 1. It is 0.001. Okay, so you have to put it here, that value, 0.001. Now do it with probability of W equals 1. So we'll say 3 combination 1, then 0.9 to the power of 1 times 0.1 to the power of 2. Exactly. So that one is 3, here 3 times that is 2.7 times 0.001. I'm sorry, 0.01. Okay, just multiply them, 0.027. Okay, 0.027. You have to put that 0.027. Then calculate with W equals 2. W equals 2. The same thing, you write 3 combination 2, okay, 0.9 to the power of 2 times 0.1 to the power of 1, okay? So here, this is 3 again times 0.81 times 0.1. So what's the answer? 243. Okay, so it is 0.243. Please verify. Try to calculate after me and give me the answer. Yes. Yeah, yes, it is. So probability of W equals 3. So it is 3 combination 3, 0.9, 0.1 to the power of 0. So this is 1 and this is 1. And you have to multiply that, which is what? 0.729. طبعا 0.729. طبعا either to calculate the last case according to the formula of binomial distribution, or you need to just to add these values, the 3 values, then take it from 1. Directly you will get the last one. So this is the probability distribution. So as you see here, we are combining different topics sometimes, different parts, different points, important point together in one question. And you have to prepare yourself for the final exam, and with these type of questions, especially which combine different topics in one question. Hopefully, this last point in the binomial distribution is clear and direct. What you need is to solve as many questions as you can. However, I will give you specific questions as homework. Please solve question number 2, page 174. Please solve question number 2. 1, I will start with 1, 2, 5, okay, here with 8. Please solve these as homework. And don't forget, please, always to attack the questions in the past papers as much as you can. My best wishes for all of you. بارك الله فيكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.